Okay, so today we're starting on workbook page 494. We're going to start with the vocabulary. So, the first thing we have is when addition or subtraction signs separate an algebraic expression into parts, each part is called a term. So the parts that are separated by addition or subtraction are called terms. So 3x is a term, 7 is a term, and x is a term. The numerical factor of a term that contains a variable is called the coefficient. So what that means is if there's a number in front of a letter, it's called a coefficient. So let's put coefficient here. And let's see what coefficients we have. So any numbers in front of letters. So 3 is in front of a letter, so it's a coefficient. And although we don't see a letter in front of this x, there's always an imaginary 1 in front of variables that don't have a number in front of them. So 1 is also a coefficient. Okay, then we have a term without a variable is called a constant. So a term without a variable. So in this case, 7 is the only term without a variable, so it's a constant. So let's put a box around where it says the constant is 7. Like terms contain the same variables, such as x, 2x, and 3x. So in this case, 3x and x are like terms because they both have the same letter. So now let's fill in the graphic organizer below. So this first box is pointing to 4n, 2n, and 9. Those would be our terms. That's the parts of the expression that are separated by addition or subtraction symbols. Okay, this box is only pointing at 9. So 9 is a number that has no variable, so that is our constant. Okay, this box at the bottom is pointing at 4n and 2n. Those are like terms. They have the same variable. And then lastly, we have coefficient. So let's just write that on the side. Coefficient is numbers in front of a letter. So 4 and 2 are in front of letters. So those are coefficients. Now we're on workbook page 498. We are going to simplify each expression. So we have 5 times 6x. So remember, parentheses means times, and a number with a variable means times. So because this is all multiplication, we can use the associative property to shift the parentheses to the 5 and the 6. That way we can multiply what's in the parentheses to get 30 times x, which is just 30x. So once you get a single answer from what's in the parentheses, you could get rid of the parentheses. Okay, number 2, we're actually going to change number 2, so let's cross it out. We're going to make it 7x plus 5y minus 2x plus 3y. So when we want to simplify an expression, we have to look for like terms. So anything with the same letters are like terms. So 7x is like terms with 2x. But because the 2x has a subtraction sign in front of it, it belongs to the 2x. And then 5y, the plus sign in front of it belongs to it. And 3y are like terms, and the plus sign belongs in front of it. So what we can do is reorder these so that like terms are together. So I'm going to do 7x, and I'm going to move it next to the minus 2x because those are like terms. And then we have plus 5y plus 3y. Now that my like terms are together, I can subtract these and I can add these only because they have the same letter. So 7x minus 2x is 5x, plus 5y plus 3y is 8y. Now I cannot add something with an x with something with a y, so we would actually just leave it like that. 5x plus 8y. Okay, number 3, we have multiplication here. and addition or subtraction. So we need to use the distributive property. So we have 4 times 2x plus 4 times 5y. 4 times 2x is 8x plus 4 times 5y is 20y. We cannot add those because they have different letters, so we would leave it like that. Okay, let's change number 4. We're not going to do another factoring problem. We are going to simplify 9w plus 4y minus 3w minus y. So this is similar to number 2. Look for your like terms. So 9w is like terms with minus 3y. Remember that minus belongs to what comes after it. And plus 4y is like terms with minus y. So we're going to rewrite this so that our like terms are together. So 9y minus 3w, sorry I said y, I meant w. So that's this and this. Then we have plus 4y minus y. Now that we have like terms together, we can subtract these and we can add, subtract these only because they have the same letters. So 9w minus 3w is 6w plus 4y minus y. Remember there's an imaginary 1 here. So 4y minus 1y is 3y. And we would leave it like that because we can't add something with a w with something with a y.